Good morning, Central Pennsylvania. It is Tuesday, December 12th. I'm Alyssa Royster. We start the morning in Jefferson County, where new charges are filed in a homicide case.
Okay, so I know Halloween was almost like 2 weeks ago, but since we didn't have a Saturday show last week, I just saved the stories for today. But don't worry, it's 0% spooky and 100% sweet, with the first story being about two selfless boys in Arkansas who repaid a trick with a treat.
So you know that game at the fair, the one where you toss a ping pong ball into a bowl? Seems easy, but tell me why every time I try to do it, it bounces right off. But if it did go in, the prize is none other than a goldfish. Taking it home in that plastic bag, usually you put the fish in a bowl and that's where it stays. But Garnet the goldfish, you'll catch him on the sidelines watching some football. Now, Caitlin, as a meteorologist, I feel like you have to be some sort of close to Mother Nature, right? I mean, have you hit her up recently? Because I feel like she's been on one. We've got downpours, we've got heat, tornadoes. What's next? Snow in the summer?
Don't say that.
Okay. We begin today in Baltimore after a cargo ship slammed into a bridge overnight, collapsing the structure and sending construction workers and vehicles into the water. 2 people were rescued, but officials say at least 6 people are still unaccounted for. Maggie and Marty, the pictures behind me are what were printed and tacked on a board in front of 9th grader Dustin Shields' class. This is Dustin's school photo. You can see he has curly hair. Then there's a picture of broccoli, which was hung right next to his picture, likening his hair to the vegetable. Dustin tells me these were hung up behind his teacher's desk.
Hey Jordan, and welcome to the circus. Right now I am 20 feet in the air and a little bit scared, but hey, do what you gotta do. YOLO, right?
And helping out is super easy. All it takes is going to the grocery store, grabbing a shopping cart, filling it with items such as soup, peaches, we've got ramen and pasta. Then once you check out, all you need to do is drop it off right in front of the Sam's Club right here in Altoona, and voila, you just helped feed your neighbor. Hey Jordan, right now I am getting into the pool because that is where you'll find Maynard Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. sharp. So in his honor, the Y has dedicated a whole lap lane just for him with a plaque and all to be hung for all to see. So without further ado, here is the birthday boy, Maynard. Maynard, happy birthday.
Jordan, good morning. Well, today is a very somber day. And you know, if you think about it, the attacks on 9/11 happened back in 2001. Here we are in 2023, and the day is no less tragic. It never gets any easier to fathom. But no matter how painful, it's important to reflect and to remember the lives that were lost, including those 40 who were aboard United Airlines Flight 93.
It just keeps going.
I was going to say, that is just massive.
It probably took a lot of time to decorate. And then it's with those that you hope don't fall, which my parents just told me that ours fell down. And I'm being blamed because they said I put way too many, like all in the front and not on the back. Nobody's seeing the back.
You don't put ornaments on the back?
I didn't.
To the world, Roberto Clemente was
one of the greatest players to ever live.
But to his son,
Dad was dad.
His dad's story begins in Puerto Rico. Born on August 18, 1934, Roberto basically came out the womb swinging.
He truly believed that God put him on earth to play baseball.
Which means not even being able to afford a glove or bat was going to stop Roberto from playing ball.
You would get cardboard or anything to make a glove, tree branches for bats.
From hitting cans to home runs, Roberto was signed to the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1955. With unmatched talent, you'd think he'd be an immediate catch in the U.S., but that wasn't the case.
The white people didn't accept him here at first.
Founder of the Clemente Museum, Dwayne Reeder, says the Pittsburgh newspapers were cruel to Roberto, mocking his broken English.
When he would say, "I hit the ball," it sounded like heat. So they would actually spell it like heat. I really think it was a prejudice thing that a lot of the white writers just had it out for him.
The disrespect didn't end there.
They wanted to Americanize his Roberto as Bob. Even his top cards, baseball cards, have Bob. So he spoke out about it. He says, "My name is Roberto Clemente."
A proud Puerto Rican, Roberto's name was his identity, which he wasn't going to let anyone strip him or anyone after him of.
He wanted to represent his people, the minority people, and he put those people on his back to be able to make sure that they were respected as well.
That demanded respect would finally be given once people realized what Roberto could do on the field. A right fielder,
That was his office.
Roberto played his heart and soul out each game.
Everything he did was special. The way he walked, the way he ran.
The way he hit. Roberto Clemente would become the first Latino to collect 3,000 hits.
He's the gatekeeper of that club.
Be the first Latino to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. He'd also win 4 batting crowns, 12 glove awards, and lead the Pirates to the World Series championships not once, but twice, being named Most Valuable Player of the 1971 World Series. Another feat, meeting his soulmate, Vera Clemente.
My father and mother have an unbelievable love story. They're both from the same town, Carolina. And Dad was already established Major League Baseball player of 10 years. A bachelor, no one had caught him yet until he saw my mother. And that first day he saw her, he went to my grandmother and said, "Mom, I found the woman I'm going to marry." She goes, "What's her name?" "I don't know her name, but I'm going to marry her." And he found her, and 10 months later, they were married.
And that's what was most important to Roberto, being a good husband, a good father, and a good human being. Off the diamond, you'd find Roberto taking baseballs and gloves to sick children or holding baseball clinics free of charge for underprivileged kids, truly living up to his name.
The meaning of Roberto Clemente is goodwill.
It's what he died doing. On December 31st, 1972.
I woke up to say good morning.
Robertito knew his father would be leaving to Nicaragua to deliver supplies after an earthquake shattered the country.
I actually told him not to get on a plane because the plane was going to crash. I was 7 years old.
Still, Roberto was set on going, feeling the pain of his fellow Latinos. But he'd never make it to Nicaragua. His plane would crash into the Atlantic Ocean. His teammate and best friend Manny Sanguillen rushed to the crash site to help look for him. As soon as I got in, it felt really strong, like a tsunami. I said, "God, you have to help me." Despite searching for days, Roberto's body was never found. He was so kind, and he had love and passion for everyone that even the sea didn't want to give him back. Devastation was felt around the world, but his son says he realized that's how his dad needed to go.
If he had gone any other way, perhaps people would have never noticed the person that he truly was.
A life lost too soon. Roberto's legacy will last forever as he continues to inspire even today.
It's a role model to follow, for every Latin kid is definitely one of the big heroes that we had.
Roberto did use his money, use his platform, use his influence to help people who really were in need. What we do here is fun, it's a game, but there's life out there and there's people going through some tough things, so definitely look up to him for that.
Then last, if your dad were still here, what would you want to say to him?
Wow. I'm so proud to be your son. Thank you.